need a new phone holder too. All right, just wanted to check in. We still have the eclipse energy going on. It's going to be going on for 2 weeks or more, probably 6 months really, until Taurus season. But what I wanted to show y'all today, even though I still look a little wild, I'm working on my daily routines, because remember I said whatever you have in Scorpio, specifically the houses, you want to work on. Today, for astrology class in homeschool, I'm working with Zane on finding out where her Scorpio house is. I mean, which house she has Scorpio in and Taurus. She doesn't have any Scorpio planets, I don't think of, but she does have a Taurus moon. And again, mine is in the 2nd house. So, one of the goals and purposes of the 2nd house is to work on daily routines. So I'm getting up every morning early. I'm kind of forced to do that because, like I said before, in DC you got to move your car at a certain time. So I get up every day at 6:45 now. I'm purposely putting my car in a place so I can get up and make waking up early a daily routine. I'm a Libra rising, so I have Libra in the 1st house, so I got to pay attention to my rising stuff too. The house that my rising sign is in. And that is the self-care house, the self-reflection, all the things about self-body, ego, all that. So part of my daily routines that I incorporated in tying it with my Libra rising. Again, I have Libra rising in the 1st house. All your risings are in the 1st house. Whatever your rising sign is, that means it's in the 1st house. Zane is a Virgo rising, so I know 2 signs after Virgo is Scorpio. So her Scorpio house, the house she has Scorpio in, is the 3rd house. But and then maybe I'll do a little video today of what she learned about what she needs to work on during this eclipse time. But yeah, got up, moved the car, came back in, did some reading, meditating, then got Zane up and we walked about 1.5 miles this morning. Then came in, fixed breakfast for her, took my shower, took all the herbs and vitamins I take in the morning. And then I went and got some edge control. I need a retwist because I do I wet my hair a little too much in the shower sometimes, and then I always am oiling and greasing it. So when I get my hair retwisted, it's almost always gone in the next 3 to 4 days, because I'm always rubbing some grease and stuff in my hair so that it'll grow quickly. Long story short, I'm stepping into my daily routines. Also, I'm doing this because, again, if I take care of my body and my skin and all things that have to do with myself, the other parts of the 2nd house will happen. The finances, the work ethics, all those kind of things. So I'm just sharing my personal goals that I'm working on during this eclipse time. And when the eclipses switch to Aries and Libra with the nodes next year, it'll be more of me doing a lot of more self stuff, even more. And we'll get into that later, of course. But that's it. I'm keeping it short this time because I'm actually a little bit late to work. It's 10:26. This is October 26th. 10:26 to 10:26. Look at that. All right, y'all. Peace. Nope. Sit up straight, please. Whatever we have Scorpio in during the Scorpio new moon eclipse, right? Because that's what's going on. Okay. That is where we're finding what house. That's why, because these houses are the life's purposes. So this is Zane's. We are looking for her Scorpio house. So do you see the word Scorpio, Zane? Right here. Now the houses are the numbers at the top of the pie piece or the triangle piece. Yep. So yours
is in the third house.
Yes. Now, you see how this part is? You see that? Some of it's
in the
well, you have Scorpio.
second house.
But what we're looking at is what you have in the third house with Scorpio. So you have this, like what planets or points do you have, right? So this is the North Node. But is the North Node in Scorpio or Sagittarius?
Sagittarius.
Right. You see that? How do you know it's in Sagittarius?
Because this represents where the node is and it's pointing to the Sagittarius.
The word Sagittarius, yep. But which house is the North Node in?
The third house.
How do you know?
Because it's in the triangle in the
number
third
3.
house.
Yes, very good. Okay. This is the place where you can find it a little easier instead of the wheel. So we're looking for the word Scorpio. You see it's in the third house at how many degrees?
8.
And it's also containing the what?
No.
Yeah, so that's how we read that. We use the wheel as like a picture, right? Show us again where the North Node is in your third house. Where's the third house? I want to be able to see the number. Yep, there you go. And then Scorpio. All right, now let's go to this one. Find third house on here. Now read everything that your goals are for the third house for this. And then hold on. Why are we finding which house you have Scorpio in? Because we're currently in what?
Scorpio season.
We're in Scorpio season, but that has nothing to do with your Scorpio house being. So let me give the example really quick. Yours is in the third house, like mine is in the second house. So remember, I was working on my work, my income, my money, and today I was really working on daily routines, right? Because that's how we got up early, we exercised, got our edges done, and all those kind of things. And then yours is in the third house, so this is the stuff you're working on. What are you going to be working on?
The mind/thinking, communication, siblings.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
I never want to do that because
you have lots of siblings to work things out with. All right, keep going, reading. Keep reading.
It means mainly Milan and DJ.
Actually, it means your father's siblings. Yeah, but we'll talk more about that later. Keep reading.
Social activity / interest. Neighbors, we don't have any.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We have old neighbors. Go ahead.
Like what?
Keep reading, please, Zane.
And early education.
Okay. So, in knowing this, because I just picked daily routines for today. I got to work on all these, though, right? Got to fix my money, got the promotion, so that I worked on that. The promotion comes with more income. Next on my list is daily routines. You don't have to go in order, okay? The material possessions one, too. You doing okay? Okay. The material possessions one, too, is like when we had to redo our whole wardrobe because of the things that were kept in Mercedes' house, right? So I've been working on this one too, getting us all new stuff.
Material possessions, priorities.
Yeah, and then we've also been, what have we been doing like last night what we did with the clothes?
We were going through them to see which ones I didn't
right
to use.
Exactly, so that's what I'm working on too, okay? So you can work on all these, or you can work on them one at a time, or you can work on a couple of them at a time, okay? Which one do you want to pick out now that you can maybe write a plan for? That's why you have your journal ready.
Siblings.
Okay, so the Scorpionic way to siblings. We had to switch rooms. So the keyword for Scorpio is Zane? Transformation. All right, so can we get back to the wheel? What things can you transform? You said you're going to work on the siblings goal of the third house, right? Because remember, I transform my work, right? I transformed the money and the income that I'm going to get by getting my work together. I'm going to transform my body by doing some different daily routines, right? So how can you transform your relationship with your siblings? Okay, also, really quick, what's one other one you can work on? Maybe this week or by next week. The mind and thinking. How can you transform your mind and thinking? That's a good one, Zane. You want to think about that and then write down a few sentences?
Sure.
Okay. Another thing about Scorpio, let's just go back, is that we are intense, right? Emotional.
Yeah, very.
And there's that word again with the transforming cycles of death and rebirth. So another example, going back to the wheel, I let go, because Scorpios has to deal with letting go, right? So I let go of the material possessions that we had. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can transform my wardrobe, to let go of old stuff and get ready for the new, right? So that's material possessions. Is there anything that you can let go of your mind, in your mind and thinking? When you write your let's say, paragraph on what you want to transform and let go of, and you said you want to work on it being with the mind, thinking and siblings, what can you let go of to transform those two things? Okay, your relationships with your siblings. Another thing about Scorpio is it's intimate relationship. So it's like you might tell your sisters your deepest, darkest secrets. So you might tell your sisters, your brothers, how to deal with a girl or something, you know? I don't know, but just think about it and come up with your own things. You can do it as only like a few sentences for each. Maybe 2 sentences about how you want to transform your relationship with your siblings and how you want to transform your mind and the way you think. Something you might need to let go of. Maybe you need to let go of the anger you had with some of your siblings, okay?
I rarely have any anger with my siblings except for Milan and DJ.
Oh, I don't think you have much of DJ, but let's just think about how to transform that so that it can rebirth itself like a Scorpionic, like Scorpios do, okay? All right, let's work.